What the hell is that?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just wanted to let you know that this is a brand new channel. It's called Raw Ufology. And first things first, I want to thank everybody that subscribes and likes and even shares. That'd be great. I started this channel because I think that there is a missing element of news on ufology out there. And I'm referring more to actual news than sightings. Not that we won't have sightings on here, because we absolutely will. But with that said, I also think that it's important to tackle some of the news behind the sightings, the news behind NASA, behind the government, behind disclosure. This has been a passion of mine for many, many years, and I decided to take a leap and start my own channel. And hopefully it's of interest to you and many others. I also think it's very important that we look beyond what we're force-fed on the 6 o'clock news, and to take away the media's privilege to label conspiracy theorists as whack jobs. It's become a dirty word, and I, for one, don't like it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. I think it's very demeaning to people that take the time to look and dig deep, that take the time to go below the surface, that they pile on to keep us from scratching below the surface. Anyway, that's our channel, and that's what we're dedicated to doing. Now, in today's video, I want to point out something that's becoming an epidemic and a bit of a hot button right now, especially for those of you who know better. Unfortunately, there are many people out there that are still asleep. Most of my family doesn't even want to know what's out there. That's the case with most people, I believe. Let's just bury our heads in the sand and pretend nothing's going on. I guess they sleep better that way. I don't know. However, there are some of us out there, people that are subscribing to this channel and other channels. There's some great channels out there, by the way. Secure Team, Finding UFO, Paranormal Crucible. That one's okay. I don't like the colorizations that they use. But, Look Now TV. Rick, he does a great job over there. Anyway, back to this epidemic. NASA cutting these live feeds and the cohorts in the media following suit along with them. Yeah, there are a few of them out there that have reported on it, but they bury it in the back pages. And unless you're Googling for it specifically, you're probably not going to see much of it. Why do they feel the need to cut these live feeds? And that's what the topic of today's video is. Now, in a little bit, I'm going to show you a video, the latest video where NASA cut the feed. I'm sure you've probably already seen it, but just for reference, we're going to take a look at that. But I think it's safe to say that NASA thinks that they're fooling people. And there are many out there that believe that they're giving us this slow drip, if you will, a slow drip of information that gives some of us conspiracy theorists whack jobs, just enough to keep us fed. And that's all they do. Now, the video in question is from the ISS, the International Space Station. And it's depicting an object that's entering the atmosphere. It's plain to see. It's obviously entering the atmosphere. Every time something like this happens, NASA cuts the feed. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show that video right now. And I want you to take a look. As you'll see, this object, orb of some sort, is dropping down very slowly. It's on an ISS video feed, so that's not surprising. And then you'll see that the feed gets cut. So many people have bought into the idea that they're slowly leaking disclosure to us. I'm here to tell you I don't believe that that's the case for a second. What I believe is that because technology is where it's at today with cell phones and cameras and telescopes and things of that nature, that they know that we're going to figure out that things are out there, right? That's what they're doing. They understand that we understand that there are things out there in the skies. We see them on a daily basis. Okay? Which means that they cannot keep going with this ridiculous narrative that somehow there's nothing out there, yet we see it with our own eyes. We capture it with our cell phones. We see it in the telescopes pointing at the moon, right? So why do they need to appease us? Well, that's a very simple answer. The more ridiculous their narrative becomes, the less funding that they'll receive. This all comes down to money. So I don't believe that it's about disclosure. Anybody listening to this right now, I can just about bet you that you're never going to hear our government say, hey, guess what? There's aliens out there. They landed on the White House lawn. Yeah, we know that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in our lifetime. That much I could say for sure. This is all about keeping things alive for NASA. They've already taken a huge hit since Obama's been in office. And save it. This isn't a Democrat, Republican thing. I think they're all garbage. But the fact of the matter is they need the money. That's how they survive. That's how they pay for their homes and pay for their kids to go to school and buy a boat. Right? So they're just protecting their interest. That's all this is. Anybody that thinks that disclosure is coming is sadly mistaken. It's not going to happen. At any rate, I'm going to leave you guys with a few articles. If you want to take a look at them, I'm going to put them in the link below. And just check them out and let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and share. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to keep this thing going as long as I can. And if I get some subscribers, the more subscribers I get, the higher quality this show will be, I promise. And always remember, talk is cheap unless Congress is in session.